apologising.
You're not going to apologise?
No, why should I?
Well, then go.
It happened in under a minute. One voice, one statement, one mic drop that sent shockwaves through the X Factor and left Simon Cowell refusing to ever watch this contestant again. The stage was set. Wembley Arena, a sea of more than 5,000 people, buzzing with restless energy. The six-chair challenge, the most cutthroat round in the X Factor, was in full swing. The judges sat in their iconic seats: Simon Cowell, Rita Ora, Cheryl Fernandez-Versini, and Nick Grimshaw. They'd been there for hours, watching one hopeful after another battle for a spot. And then came a name the public barely knew: Mason Noyes. At 21, Mason had the style, the voice, the charisma. What he didn't have was airtime. His first audition? Edited down to just 47 seconds. No backstory, no montage, blink, and you missed it. That edit stayed with him, and it would shape what happened next. He walked out under the lights, calm, collected, sharp suit, catching the glow of the spotlights. The track kicked in, a modern R&B pop medley with falsetto runs, smooth rhythm, and just enough swagger to hold the crowd's gaze. It wasn't just good, it was one of the most polished performances of the day. Then, silence. The applause died down. The judges looked at each other. No smiles, no instant praise, just a pause that stretched a second too long. Mason adjusted the mic. He had something on his mind, and he was about to say it. "I've got something to say." At first, just a murmur, then louder. "You know what? I invite you all to put up your phones. They're not going to throw 4,000 or 5,000 people out." Gasps, murmurs, some cheers. Simon leaned forward. "Mason, just 1 second. What gives you the right to say that?" Mason didn't back down. "The first audition I watched on Saturday, people had 10-minute slots, and I went to 47 seconds. And just like that, the performance became a standoff." Simon's voice was steady, but razor sharp. "Mason, you are 5 seconds away from getting thrown off this stage, and I mean it. Don't tell me how long you should have on this show. If you've got a problem, then just go." The message was clear: apologize or walk. Mason refused. Well then, go. No shouting, no grand speech. He just dropped the mic, turned his back, and walked off stage. The arena froze. The audience had no script for what just happened. Backstage, crew members whispered. Some admired his nerve. Others called it career suicide. By morning, the clip was everywhere. Fans argued. Was Mason standing up for himself, or was it arrogance? Headlines branded it disgusting. Simon, reportedly furious, made a decision that would define the moment. He refused to watch any more footage of Mason Noyes. Simon didn't just dislike the outburst, he saw it as sabotage. Mason hadn't just challenged him, he'd rallied the crowd to join in. For a live production, that was dangerous. Nick Grimshaw, Mason's mentor, argued for him. He's talented, he connects with young viewers, give him another chance. But Simon's stance was firm. No apology, no conversation, no screen time. It seemed over, until fate intervened. Another contestant, Tom Blesby, withdrew from the competition. A seat was suddenly open. The producers had limited options, and Mason's name came up. Depending on who you ask, either Simon reluctantly agreed, or the producers acted without his blessing. But Mason was back, quietly. No announcement, no handshake, no redemption arc. When he appeared at judges' houses, Simon barely acknowledged him. Every edit kept them apart. Mason, this time, stayed focused. No speeches, just the music. Even with his return, the atmosphere was icy. Other contestants didn't know how to treat him. Some admired him in whispers. Others kept their distance. In interviews, Mason insisted there was no bad blood, claiming he'd had a private talk with Simon. Whether that was true or just PR damage control, Simon never confirmed it. His silence said enough. Mason didn't win the X Factor. He didn't even make the finals, finishing 7th. But his legacy wasn't in a trophy. It was in that raw, unscripted moment that broke the rhythm of primetime television. Behind the scenes, insiders say Simon never softened. That one backstage phrase, "It was disgusting," became shorthand for how he saw it. And yet, Mason wasn't erased. The clip lived on. Fans still debate it nearly a decade later. After the show, Mason pivoted. He released music, but fame wasn't the end goal. In 2019, he nearly died from sepsis, a brush with death that shifted his focus toward wellness, mental health, and life beyond the spotlight. For someone who once challenged one of television's biggest power players, that shift almost made sense. Mason had made his mark, not by winning, but by refusing to play the game the way it was written. Simon Cowell refused to watch him, not because of bad vocals, but because Mason had broken the unspoken rule of reality TV. Control belongs to the show. Mason flipped that script, even if it cost him everything. And now, years later, the moment still echoes. The mic drop, the stare down, the walk-off. What would you have done in Simon's shoes? And did Mason cross the line? If this story got your heart racing, imagine what's coming next. Hit subscribe and stay in the loop. Only on Hollywood Pulse News, where the drama never sleeps.